Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are on our last proper day out, or full day, on the Faroe Islands today. We're starting off at Gjogv, Gjogve, I think it is, Gjogv, or Gjogv. This is known for this big gorgey thing behind us, and obviously the sea and some rocks and whatnot. There's a track for obviously pulling things up from the sea. I think this is actually known as the only natural harbour, because it's got a harbour dock to it, and it's got a track for obviously pulling supplies and things up the hill. I'm not sure of the image yet. I need to have a bit of a nose and a look just to work out what it is I want to take, but basically shooting straight down and getting a shot of that. So yeah, good morning, hello and welcome, and yeah, we're going to have a bit of a fun day out today. Not all about photography, but a little bit of fun as well as a few places we're visiting. So we'll see how this one pans out. See you in a little bit. Okay, so I started at the top and now I'm working down. As you can see, Simon's going up and I'm coming down. I'm not quite sure where I want to be or what I want to shoot, but I want to try and get in these lines of the tracks as well as, you know, the rest of the fun bit as well. So I'm thinking something like this. Now, when it's got conditions like this, I don't want to be using the camera out and the Osmo at the same time. So I'm going to take the pictures, I'll talk to you, and then I'll take a couple of pictures and set you up. But I'm looking at this leading line, taking you down, and then getting the gorge down the bottom there. So I'll get this one set up. I'm going to take the shot, and then I'll put it up on the screen for you just to show you what sort of things you can actually achieve from here, even if the weather is a little bit poor. Robin seems to have learned a lot from me. Stupidity, I think the answer is. He takes some risky selfies, very risky selfies. Now I think I found a very nice little composition. Now I've come up as close as I possibly can to this, but look at this beautiful greenerage and look at these little bits of waters coming down the side here. This is what we've been looking forward to, a little bit of water. So now we've got rain, we might get some water in the waterfalls as well, but my idea is to start here, as I've got the camera in a vertical, start here and pan across with the image and try and get the gorge in as well. Now I know there's a big chunk of concrete here, I can't do a lot about it, but I'm just going to try because I've got a little platform here on the edge to stand on. I don't think I can get any closer. I might be able to rest a tripod on that, so I'll try that as well, but that's my plan to do this. I'm not going to video it, I'm just going to take the shot, do the best I can, bracket my exposures from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully get all this in. Let's see how it works. So I'm sat waiting now, waiting for the next big swell to come up. Just before I come over here, about 30 seconds before I got to this little spot, and I'm sort of zoomed in a bit tighter now. Got this massive big swells coming in, and they really were big proper swells of water crashing in. It was all white water rolling in, and it just washed right up onto the harbour, you know, onto the floor bit, the flat part, and that was gushing and leaving lines and stripes and streaks everywhere. But I obviously weren't ready then, but now I'm ready. There's nothing happening at all, so I'm just waiting for a couple of big gusts of water, big rolling swells to come in. There's one coming in now actually, so I'm just going to get ready for the camera. That's it, she's done. Simple as that. That's it. We got her. We got her. So I've come to the end of the the harbour bit now. We're going to be looking the other way in, and there's a couple of seals down here. The guys are already down here waiting for us. Robin's still back at his nest. Robin's nest. No, he's coming. He's taking his pictures. He likes to do his own thing in his own time. In fact, we all do. We've all got our own different takes and ways of doing stuff. This rock face and this water. Whoa, this is the strongest feeling water I've ever been near, and it's so blue. It is this blue all the time, but you can see what it's doing. It's really like a powerful. I know water's powerful anyway. This is like a really powerful kind of wash, if you like. Very strong. I really 100% respect for it. I have anyway with the sea, but this is definitely 100% respect. It really is. And they've even got some natural steps to bring you up right onto the top, so you can have a look down and see what you can see. But by golly gosh, today we won't be quite so brave because yeah, it's a bit windier. Right, I'm going to get my composition set. I'm going to have a look, see what I can find. Probably something like a big classic this. Get these vistas. I might try and get down onto these other rocks and get a little bit closer. I rather fancy being somewhere over there, but we'll see how we fare with that one. No risky business today because we're going home tomorrow. So me and Robin are on our way round. We're going to go back round past the car and down the other way to the beach. We're going to try and get a bit closer to the waves without being stupid, because he did nearly get washed away yesterday. Well, he didn't, but his bag got wet. No, not washed away, but nearly. You got wet. No, back got so wet. Yeah, you just got to watch that freak wave if you're near the sea. And I've said that to you many times. But yeah, we're going to make our way around. We're going to get a couple of closer shots of the waves. I've had the long lens out. I've done a couple of long exposures with a 10 stopper on. I think they look pretty good actually. And I've also done some faster shots with the waves crashing. Like I said, it's very difficult to talk and enjoy my holiday at the same time. So it's as long as you're seeing pictures and I'm somebody explaining what I'm doing, I feel like it's okay. So yeah, I've also had the long lens on, trying to capture the seals. There's two of them playing around in that big wash. I mean, gosh. I mean, I know they can swim, but why do you want to go and swim in the really rough bit? But I put the 300mm on, and then I give it a go with the 1.4 converter. I have no idea, because I haven't looked at my camera to see whether I've actually got anything. But if I have, you're either going to see them in a moment, or you've already seen them. But fingers crossed, I managed to get a couple of nice seals, especially when there's two together, because it always looks nicer with a couple rather than just have one little black head sticking out of the water. And I tried to get some detail ones of the waves. Don't know whether I managed, but I'm sure you'll know before I do. Okay, see you near the waves, if we can get somewhere that's safe. So I'm going to play with my 300mm again. I've got my ISO up to 800 to start with, and I'm going to try and shoot down the side of the waves and see if I can get something pretty good and pretty spectacular. I need to be ready for it, and it needs to be quite a fast shutter. See if you can get down the actual sides of the waves. Now, not always that easy to do, but if you can get the shot in hand, it'll be pretty spectacular. I'm just going to check them as I do them to make sure I'm getting some sharpness, and it all looks pretty good. So this is what we're going to do for the next minute. Just have a play with these and see what happens. The wind's blowing away from us as well, which is helping, and I've got my finger on the back button with the constant focus and just following anything so I can focus on anything instantly as and when it comes up on us. and some of these waves are flipping fantastic. So I know I've got to break away, I've got to pack this away, because if I don't, we're not going to get to where we're going, and we've got a special trip this afternoon that we need to get onto. So I'm packing this all away now, and I'm going to go and find the others, get back in the car, and get prepared for later on, or our next little location, whatever comes first, really. Just took loads and loads of photographs. I'm going to try and do a little bit of time blending and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and see if I can make a couple of fantastically epic shots with the big waves crashing, the mountain scenes in the background and stuff like that. So hopefully that's going to work. But yeah, I don't want to spoil my day by not getting myself ready for later on. And it's so cold that my batteries are going flat really quick on my camera that I'm recording on and my microphone. So yeah, I've got to pull myself away, but this is absolutely amazing. Love these big waves, absolutely exciting, very good. Right, don't forget these as well, because I'll be lost without my filters. Need something to clip them onto, and then I'll put them away in a minute. There we go. Right, let's get going. We're back. As you can see, I've got completely different attire on now. I've got my waterproofs on, I've got double layer on, I've got a hat on and everything. We're going on that down there. That's the surprise. We are going on that boat. So looks like people are already getting on the boat. I've got my single camera with me, and that's it. There's one camera and two lenses, and Andre's just turned up as well, but he actually lives just over on the hill over the back there, and he's working just over on the estate. But yeah, we're good for the ferry, well, good for the boat, good for the trip. So I'm going to take you along. If I get a couple of shots to do, if I don't, I don't. It's rainy, miserable, grey and horrible, but it's still going to be fun. So let's get going. We're on the boat. We've actually got ourselves quite a good little table, actually, because we've got somewhere to put our camera. We've got a table seat, which is pretty cool. And that's it. Everyone's come really lightweight. This poor lad here, he's got a Canon camera. He can't bring it with him because it's going to get wet. Should have got a Fuji. That's what I say. What do you reckon, O? Should have got a Fuji, shouldn't he? Fuji all the way. Or the other option is, if you do break it, it's not that much to repair.
I can't be bothered.
Right, let's go and see what we're going to see, because this should be quite a nice little trip.
Basically, the temperature of the sea is always the same, thanks to the Gulf Stream. And this is interesting. The Gulf Stream, this stream of warm sea, mainly on the northern hemisphere, significant to our lives and well-being, because if you go to the southern hemisphere, you will not find much life 62 degrees south. It's cold there, okay? In the summertime, they take the wool off the sheep as well, and then in the autumn, somewhat singled out from the inhabitants. They have a captain house in town. Yeah. So we have some safety hats for you. I don't know if you saw the safety hats in the black plastic bag. And maybe you can grab a hat. That's up to you. It's not compulsory. It's just something we provide for yourself.
So we're out at sea now, obviously. You've been seeing a bit of B-roll. Just had the long lens on, snapping at a few guillemots and black things. Gannets, yeah, that's what I was thinking. And seagulls and stuff like that. Just having a bit of a play and a mooch around. Don't even know if I've got any shots really that are worth putting on the screen, but if I have, I'll pop them up. So we're heading now out to sea a bit more now, getting a bit closer to the rock. So we've come really for the exciting trip through a cave and getting close to the witch's finger, I think it is. That's the idea, that's the plan that we've come for. Something a little bit more landscapey rather than the old binoculars peeps. When it gets interesting, I'll switch it back on. But at the moment, it's grey and grey.
Puma is most common bird in Faroe Islands. Just about everywhere. They are coming close to us sometimes also, but they also sometimes fly quite high up. And then also, what's interesting about this place is the piece of string that you see just in front of the boat here. And through the cliff, just in front of us here. That piece of string is there for a reason. The reason is the fact that shepherds, the guys that have sheep out here, they come out by boat and they climb up this place and holding on to that rope with some sheep, and these sheep they then chop off, they let them walk on the mountainside for some tiny little birds with rapid wing dash, then you see the puppet. But it's
this, if you can hear me, this is the elephant cliff.
Later that you see the big numbers of puppets.
We're just spinning round now.
But look at the sheep again.
Pretty clear outside, and the elephant cliff's now going to appear on the back end. Trying to get myself in a position so I can get a shot of it if I can. And if I can get a shot, I'll put it up on the screen for you and show you.
Freestanding rock formations in front of us. There is 5 in total, and we will take a look at the situation. We might be able to get in between 2 of them, and then how 2 are home in the first one. And just like we spoke of earlier, it is the cliffs there, standing completely free from the mainland. But it used to be a part of the mainland. It's just become freestanding as time has gone by.
Basically. I'm not sure if you can hear me inside my coat. I'm talking inside my coat. I've got a microphone, so I'm not sure if you can hear me inside my coat or not, but I've got myself zipped up tight because we've got some waves coming over the bow of the boat, and every so often we get completely drenched. As you can see down here, it's pretty frothy and wet, and there's some high currents and some high winds. So every so often we get caught out. I've got drenched just now, so my camera's all covered up, trying to keep the rain off it as best as I can. So I'm not sure if you can hear me very well, but it's good fun, it's good excitement. And everyone up on the top here is being brave, sitting outside, not like the boring people inside, keeping warm. The light down the background there, that is absolutely Jurassic Park every day of the week. It is so cool, that is. I think I've got a couple of shots of it, I don't know until I get back and check on the old computer, but the coastline along here is something else. It's pretty fantastic, it's pretty awesome, and I'm quite impressed with it. It's definitely coming back to play, but as you can see, I am really wrapped up nice and tight to try and keep as much of the water out of my face and the wind out of my eyes as I can. So, I don't know what we're doing now. I think we're heading back up the other side of the coast, and yeah, we've been under a sea arch, which is pretty good. We've been right up close to the cliffs and the caves and things like that, and we've seen the Elephant Rock, which is right behind me now. The Elephant Rock's over my shoulder just there, so I'm going to see if I can get a shot of that. Now it's calmed down a little bit.
This camera doesn't do very good with water.
No.
GoPro's okay, but the Osmo, no, not very good.
Yeah, I turn mine off and I keep wiping it down the 6 foot down though.
Canon will be alright. I used to be Canon.
Yeah.
All the weather, all the conditions.
Yeah. It's more just because it's salt water than it's great, right?
Yeah, I'll just give it a wash when I get home.
Yeah, that's the plan.
We are back in the car and I got just a little bit wet. In fact, I got absolutely mullered, but it was much fun. Hello to the couple from the Netherlands and hello from Toronto. Good chatting with you, nice to meet you. Hopefully you're subscribers. What have they got to do?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Right, I'm going to end the video here. I've got no idea what sort of photographs I managed to get off the boat. Extremely hard to take photographs in the rain and in the wet and the sea spray. But I'm sure we'll manage to get something. Give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you can. Drop us a notification, hit the notification bell to see more videos. We won't be any more from the Faroe Islands, don't think. I think that's it, we're done now. Yeah, till next time, ciao for now. I've got to dry off. Bye.